All right, so I'm here with Sandy, Miss Sandy. Welcome. Just wanted to hear a bit about like your life story. What got you into sailing? What got you settled here?
Oh,
Just pretty much anything you want to talk about, honestly.
okay. Oh my gosh. I've always liked things a little different than normal. My husband and I started from the very beginning, lived on a houseboat in Sacramento.
Gotcha.
And we had a sailboat in Mexico. And our dream was to, at the time, we only would spend a month or 3 weeks a year. We were paying more for our sailboat than we were for our houseboat, you know. And we made some real sacrifices. I decided not to have kids because I knew this was the lifestyle I wanted to have. So we always worked in jobs that were seasonal. My husband, a crop duster.
Gotcha.
And then I was a photographer. So I was able to, we worked 7 days a week. And of course we have days off sometimes, but 6 days a week was nothing.
Yeah.
And then when the time would come, at first we'd take a month off, and then as years rolled on, we get to take 2 months off, and years rolled on, and until now we're retired.
So it just built up and up and up.
This is it.
I love it. I love it. What kind of photography did you guys get into? Was it like events? Was it portraits, wildlife? What sort of?
I did a lot of stuff down here in Mexico.
Gotcha.
And then my bread and butter was weddings and senior portraits.
Gotcha.
Families, but weddings was my bread and butter.
I like that. I like that. And I guess like, what advice do you have for young people, when it comes to like pursuing dreams and the sacrifices that you have to make? Like, for example, you spoke on not having kids and choosing not to have kids because you knew the lifestyle that you wanted to live with your husband. So like, I guess, what advice do you have to be able to make that leap and take that step?
For me, it had to be, I would work 4 to 4. I'd get up at 4 in the morning and start processing my film, processing digital photography, processing, working, and then I'd quit at 4 in the afternoon.
Which is insane.
Well, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you really have a dream and you really have a goal, and you just start putting away just a little bit of money every month, make that sacrifice. Oh my, what I'm wearing today, everything came from a thrift store. Now I don't have to shop at a thrift store, but I still do.
But you still do.
So I've been frugal my whole life. I can make a paper towel last all day. A good one, like a Viva. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, those little things really add up to make your dream happen.
I love that. I feel like, especially now, with me going into like the veterinary medicine world, like traditional veterinary medicine is kind of like the only thought everybody has. Like doing stuff like Dr. Shetty does, or Dr. Chloe, the jungle doctor. It's non-traditional veterinary medicine, but it's like what excites me. So trying to get into that. So definitely appreciate it.
Well, you had a great introduction to seeing here is the fact that they do care for their animals, but survival day to day is what comes first.
Exactly.
And what you did today changed the lives of those animals. This was unreachable for many of the people. So that's what's so powerful about being out and about what you're doing. It's very admirable.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and do what I can. Definitely Dr. Shetty definitely was the one that started it up and everything, but being able to like join in everything, I feel like it's mind blowing to me. Like even being here, it's still insane because I just reached out to her on email and then it just happened.
Oh my gosh, and here you are,
Yep.
sleeping on a sailboat,
Exactly.
rocking and rolling.
Exactly.
It makes you feel so alive.
Yes. And also, what are your like top 3, I guess, like best things about like the boat living, and then I guess like the 3, I guess like pet peeves that nobody that doesn't live on a boat would know?
Top 3, the best would be, I love to fish, and I have a kayak.
Gotcha.
So I get up in the morning and my husband still be sleeping, and I just push my kayak off and I'm off. And if I was living in a house, you have to get
It's
your
a whole
kayak.
hassle.
It's a hassle. Where here, you're with the water.
Yeah.
The other one would be the sea life, right? I've seen whales and dolphins. Even on my paddleboard the other day, I was with dolphins.
Insane.
Yeah, it's just so
Stuff like that you
fantastic.
can't plan either.
The tough part is things like weather. You have to totally plan around weather and never underestimate weather, because when they say it's going to blow 20 knots, that means your anchor could drag, that means you can hit another boat, that means if your engine stops working on the way someplace and there is no wind.
Exactly.
There is no such thing as free sailing. You know, you put the sails up and it's free. Because when the wind's blowing, you're using all your equipment, and when it breaks, it costs money.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a challenge. Water is a big challenge. Living on a sailboat is a big challenge and a lot of work. There's more work involved in a sailboat than you'd ever imagine. You want to know who the plumber is? Look in the mirror. You want to know who the electrician is? Look in the mirror. So it's a lot of work and a lot of responsibility, but the people that make it here are self-sufficient, and those people that work 6 to 7 days a week and are willing to make it happen.
Exactly. I love that. And I guess, like, what are your top three tips for living abroad? Because are you from Cali? Did you grow up in Cali?
I grew up in California, but my husband being an air show pilot, we traveled all over the United States.
Gotcha.
Pack light. Be frugal.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to pack light when I was coming here, but I feel like I'm so used to just trying to pack a whole bunch of suitcases, but limited myself to one suitcase.
Whoa, congratulations.
Hey, thank you, because that was hard.
Yeah, it is hard, especially the unknown.
Exactly.
You're going someplace unknown.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I say, pack light and be courteous, be understanding of other people, because the cultures are so different.
Yeah.
And, it's hard enough just to understand your husband or your wife, let alone a different culture and different standards and different people. But in Mexico, they are lovely people.
Yes. How do you feel like, I guess today, I feel like there's so many like polarizing perspectives on different like political issues, and then even just like little social conversations. So I guess, how do you keep your mind open to all the different cultures and all the different ways of life of people that you kind of like encounter through all your travels? If that makes sense.
It does, it makes sense. But it's just going from your heart. You just gotta know you don't know, and just be open and try to learn and try to understand, try to be forgiving, and don't assume.
Yeah.
Don't assume.
I love that.
And don't take it personally.
That is another big thing.
Yeah, don't take it personally and don't assume, and you'll go a long ways with just going with the flow.
Love it. I feel like that's like your entire vibe from just like the past few hours that we've been able to spend together. I feel like that's your vibe.
Oh, thank you for that.
For
it's
sure,
been a pleasure being with you, and it was so fun. I learned stuff too today.
And that's what, as long as you learn something every day,
yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, I learned quite a bit today, and it was really great.
I love that.
Being with you.
For sure. Same to you. And then lastly, do you have any like last piece of advice, a quote, pretty much anything that you want to be able to tell the audience?
Love, language, leadership in equal amounts.
Yes. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.